Uh, what has this whole summer been like for you and kind of gearing up and elevating your play? Like, how have you assessed how that process is going?
Yeah, first I'd probably start with the offseason. The goal is always to get bigger, stronger, faster with the training piece. And then kind of going into the OTAs. Expectations within the building are higher for me, so comparatively to last year. So just trying to, I guess live up to them, or not that I really worry about it, but I'm trying to be the best version of myself. But trying to ascend and show that I can fit that role, not just in special teams but on defense as well.
How much does it mean to you that the coaches have had faith to elevate you to that position?
Yeah, it means a lot. That's kind of, as a player, confidence is huge. So when you see that trust within the coaches or the top people within the organization, all that, build your confidence, makes you feel better. And when you're kind of playing without thinking or worrying about external things, it allows you to play faster.
The story, local kid and being on the team, is that ever, seeing on Hard Knocks even more so, is that ever just oh man, that's a lot of it, an extra layer as you're trying to kind of go through this whole process, or are you able to compartmentalize it and keep that part of it out?
It's a good question. I'd say a little bit of both. When I'm inside the building, it's it's ball. We're all football players here. Obviously, there's a ton of guys on this team that have different situations outside the building. Whether you look at the top guys or the bottom guys, everyone has different situations. And so when I'm inside the building, it's it's ball. We're going to meetings, we're teammates, we're laughing and joking together, doing all that kind of stuff. And then outside the building, it is different, I'd say. Most special team guys, or backup depth guys kind of don't have the situation I have. But it is cool. I mean, I saw the beginning of Hard Knocks yesterday. My family was watching it and everything, and I saw the beginning, and it kind of surprised me. I was like, oh, I'm the opening piece, huh? So that was cool. And I mean, I grew up watching Hard Knocks. I remember the Texans, and I even remember the old Ravens ones, all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of cool to see yourself on that.
Joe, why tequila? Why was tequila your guy?
Ooh, I honestly don't even know at the time, because I was 4 or 5 years old probably during that. That would have to be a parent question. I'm not too sure why tequila was my guy at that time. I know I liked J.P. Lossman at the time a lot too. So both of those guys, and I don't know, maybe because my parents bought me the jersey, so I had to feel the need to get his autograph and everything like that. And obviously tequila was a good player. So
What is it that you think's inside you that has allowed you to kind of really take advantage of every time you've had an opportunity to take the next step, taking advantage of that?
I think first and foremost, God is the top answer. It's kind of funny how you ask the question, how I've stepped up and everything like that, because it really feels like I've slipped through the cracks at every level, whether it was high school, college, entering the transfer portal, all that. It feels like I was slipping through. I had to face adversity. Everyone faces adversity, though, so I don't look at that any different. I don't look like I have a super special story or anything like that. But I just think the way it's all worked out, the support system that God's put into my life, and then just the talent He's put within me, and how things have just worked out, I can just feel His presence within it.
What have you seen in the back of that?
Matt Milano's a beast. So, especially this camp. I mean, I know you've probably seen it. You've been out here. He's been balling. He's making big plays, and that's that's why he was an All-Pro, because of the big plays he makes. And it's cool to see him out here. And I think last year, obviously, the injury and everything, we probably would have seen it. But it's always hard coming back from injuries and everything like that, getting back late into the season. This year, coming into it, he's healthy, he's feeling good, and he's getting his mental on point, and expecting big things.
So one more on Matt. It's amazing that we've gone through 2 episodes of Hard Knocks and we haven't really seen Matt Milano.
Yeah.
by design?
You'd have to ask Matt about that, but he probably won't answer that either.
Scenes? What's he like? Because he doesn't say a lot, right? But as a vet in the room, what's it like watching him work?
Matt's awesome. Matt's, you know, for you guys, I don't know, you know, Matt doesn't like the media stuff and everything like that, but inside the room, Matt's great. The relationship me and Matt have is great. The relationship Matt has with all the linebackers in the room is great. And, I mean, yeah, he's a super normal guy. I don't know, he just doesn't like doing the questions and stuff and all the interviews and everything like that, and or the mic'd up stuff, you know. But he's a super normal guy. He's a good time. Yeah.
Joe, for you, in terms of the memory and the training camp, and then now you being out there signing autographs for the kids, it's kind of a full circle. Just what does that mean to you?
It's cool. Even whether it's training camp or not, just in public, wherever it is, the kids are always one of my favorite things to sign for or say hi to. And, you know, sometimes the kids don't even know who you are, and their dad had to introduce them. And then, you know, the dad tells the kid that, like, oh, he plays for the Bills, and then their eyes light up. And it's like, you know, just that status alone means so much to the kids. And so it's cool to see them. And hopefully for maybe the kids that are a little bit older, whether they're playing football or any other sport, or they have dreams to do something big in a different area, hopefully, you know, they can look towards me and see that anything's possible.
Joe, at this time last year, we were going to that second preseason game, and against the Steelers was kind of the moment where we started to notice you, and you kind of had your coming out party, so to speak. Looking back on it, it's kind of a loaded question, but what do you think has been the biggest takeaway, or the biggest thing you've learned about yourself over the last year, getting to that journey from having that game and now going to your second preseason game where we're going to expect to probably see a lot of you out there?
So the biggest thing I've learned about myself through this process? I think that's a good question. I think I'd first say that it's not easy, and whether that's football alone or everything that comes with being in the league, you know, they kind of emphasize being professional a lot within the building, and that just does not come within the building and on the field. There's so much more to that, and I think I've learned it's hard to manage. I feel like more is on my plate than ever within my life. You know, I kind of my whole life has kind of been revolved around football and making sure that I'm the best football player I can be. You know, my parents allowed for that. So kind of whatever I had to do, whether that was diet or working out, traveling, whatever that was the emphasis. And now there's a lot more. There's a lot more outside of just that, being a professional. So kind of learning how to handle that and deal with that, and at the same time understanding, you know, this is first and foremost here, and making sure that I'm ready to compete here.
Well, I think that process would be different now because you have the support, immediate support, yeah, but you're also under the microscope when you're here. You're the Buffalo Joe.
I guess it's hard for me to answer that question because I'm not totally sure, but obviously, like you first said, kind of being at home, and especially as a rookie, I mean, that was huge for me. You know, I was going to my parents' house, and I was, you know, they were having good home-cooked meals for me. You know, I had to worry about less about things, about getting a car up here or anything like that. You know, I have my car, I have all that here, and you know, just because I'm saying that, I've seen the rookies I came in with and how they had to, you know, do some extra stuff. So that was obviously very nice, and I'm grateful for that. Made the transition easier. I mean, I don't have to, on the bye week, I don't have to worry about getting a plane flight or anything like that. But yeah, at the same time, you know, the media and everything like that, you know, it's, you know, there's good and bad that always comes with it, you know. Like you said, you're under the microscope a little bit more, but at the same time, I guess that's what you want too, you know. I mean, me personally, I want the pressure. I want the, you know, put it all on my plate, you know, because, I mean, I don't know, it's in my Instagram bio, actually, no pressure, no diamonds. So, you know, I'll take all of it.
Joe, James Cook getting paid. What was kind of the reaction today, just from the team, to see that?
Yeah, I think we were all pumped for him. You know, it's a business. We all understand that, and you know, James is one of our brothers, and we want him the best for him always. And I think I first heard when we were eating breakfast in the cafeteria, and you know, we were happy for him.
Thanks, Joe.